Forest Town School, a unique organization which is more than just a school for special needs children. It is a resource and training center for anyone working in the field of disability. Disability is a matter of perception. In life, the only disability is a bad attitude.
They took the child and they looked at her and they said, this is what we want to see what we can do, and they pushed her from day one.
Our staff is immensely educated.
We find it sometimes very difficult to meet those challenges, financially and emotionally.
Mother of all professions went to visit Forest Town School. It was the first in the country for children with disabilities and was established in 1948. At the time, it catered for children with cerebral palsy. Over the years, the school expanded and now caters for a wide range of disabilities. It is renowned for innovative and pioneering treatment and education models, some of which are utilized worldwide.
The school started in 1948 by a group of parents who had cerebral palsy children, and they found themselves in a predicament where there was nobody to cater for their kids' needs.
This is a special school. As you can see from the classroom, we've got a small number of learners because we need to give each and every one of them a special attention.
Our staff is immensely educated and very passionate about their work, very dedicated.
When the school started, it probably started off with about 10 or 15 children and slowly grew to, in the 80s, to 180 kids, and now we have well over 300 today.
Not all children that are at Forest Town School are here because they have a physical disabilities. A lot of children have a wide range of disabilities,
which encompasses your learning disabled, your cerebral palsy. Primarily, we're a school for cerebral palsy children, but any child that can benefit from our program is admitted to our school.
Children from this school are from diverse backgrounds. Some are more privileged than others. One of the biggest challenges is transport because public transport does not cater for children with disabilities. The staff has to make sure that there is transport available for these children in order for them to come to school and get an education.
We're in a position at the moment with funding that we only get 20% of our total funding in the form of a government grant. So we are passionate about fundraising about 4 million rand a year to run these programs.
Our children come from extremely diverse areas. We get children from Alex, from Soweto, from Rosebank, from amazing areas.
Transport is a very integral part of a child being able to access education. A child with disabilities cannot access public transport on their own.
And we find it sometimes very difficult to meet those challenges, financially and emotionally.
Ordinary taxis don't easily take children in wheelchairs, and we have to run a fleet of 7 buses. They travel a 60k radius around Greater Johannesburg. There's no particular funding for this. We have to fund this ourselves, but without the buses, the kids would not get an education.
Our biggest challenge is space. We do not have fields where the learners can go and just play.
Inkinga esihlangabezana nazo kakhulukazi ile yokuthi ingane mayisuka ekhaya enye isuka kwesisikhathi enye uthola ukuthi inenkinga yokuthi akukho kudle ekhaya.
If you don't have enough nourishment, you can't learn. So we do provide, they come in and have a good breakfast and a fully nutritional lunch daily at the school.
There are a lot of activities at the school, such as special skills development programs for special needs. Children that are enrolled at the school are given training in order to avoid sitting at home when they reach the age of 18. There is no discrimination at the school because you will find able-bodied children as well.
Our learners at the end of the day, at the age of 18, goes home and sit at home. They need to have some kind of skill that can make them economically viable.
Programs like the Sunbeam Training Center, Imikonto Little Stars, and WEP were implemented at the school to assist students with life after Forest Town School.
WEP was implemented 6 years ago. We're currently in the 6th successful year that we're running, and it was started because learners at the age of 15 had nowhere to go. WEP is a skills development program for learners with special needs. We've got the 4 different training facilities, being the computer center, we've got a coffee shop, we've got a bakery, and a beauty therapy center. And this is where we would train the learners for future employment.
I'm a social worker at the school, so what I do is work predominantly with children with emotional problems and social problems. For example, depression, low self-esteem, anger issues. As a social worker, we work on an individual basis. That would be working with a child one-on-one.
I'm head of the speech therapy department, and one of the first things a speech therapist gets involved with is feeding therapy. And if we can help them with those feeding problems early on, we're potentially getting those muscles to work better, which may be a help later on for speech production. Some children, their cerebral palsy is so severe that they're not going to be able to develop functional speech. We would ascertain what sort of alternate communication system we could get them, whether they have good hand function. If they have that, we could think of something like teaching them a sign language, how good they are at understanding pictures, and then we would develop what we call a communication board.
My main purpose here at school is to see the overall health of the learners and sometimes the staff when they've got minor ailments. And also for the children that are on chronic medication, they bring their medication to me and I keep it under lock and key and give it when it is due.
Forest Town caters for all the learners' needs and interests across the board, from the more able-bodied learners to the disabled-bodied learners. We have sporting codes such as cricket, soccer, netball, tennis, dancing. Our cultural activities involve art, bocce, drama, music.
Let's play a game, okay? So this game goes like this. So I start a movement and then you copy my movement. So copy what I'm doing. There we go. Okay, and then when I nod at you, then you change it into whatever kind of a movement you want to. We might be...
The Sunbeam training program was started in '98 in answer to the needs of people constantly coming to us and saying, how do we do this? How do we sort out our children with disabilities? We don't know what to do. So we're teaching educators to identify and find resources for these children. We felt that was a very critical need we need to address. We started the Sunbeam program. We're training 20 centres twice a year.
Ukuthi sibhekana nabantwana njengoba ubona abantwana laba bala ekhaya, abantwana badinga uncedo kakhulukazi. Manje ke eklasini kusho ukuthi kuba khona utishera and then kube khona iassistant ukuthi sikwazi ukuthi sincedane eklasini.
The Imikonto project is a project that's an initiative of Forest Town School. The lower functioning child is coming to our school and we don't have programs available for them because the academic program is not working for them. What we've decided to do is create a program for them that will allow them to be skilled, and the skills will depend on their ability. So we're pushing them to the level that they can cope with.
It's still completely in line with the GDE, which is the Gauteng Department of Education. Numeracy, literacy, and life skills are very big, hugely emphasized. There's a magnitude of skills that we offer these children. So when the kids leave here, they've got an all-round education.
Bengifunda lana And then bangibiza after I left the school ukuthi ngize ngizofundela because bebevula isalon ukuthi ngizoyimanage.
I've learned about the animals. I've learned about a whole other things like history, social science.
Since nursery school, I've learned how to count. I've learned how to do math well because I never used to do math well.
The school uses different kinds of therapy to assist the learners. Occupational therapy promotes health by enabling people to perform meaningful and purposeful occupations. Occupation can be defined as active process of living from the beginning to the end of life. Occupations are all the active processes of looking after ourselves and others, enjoying life and being socially and economically productive.
We look at children that have severe physical challenges, as well as to target like early intervention. There's various tools that we use to make the child as independent as possible. You could use this to button and unbutton your shirt, for example.
Physical therapy is the art and science of physical care and rehabilitation. Physical therapists are primary healthcare professionals who diagnose and treat individuals of all ages, from newborns to the very oldest, who have medical problems or other health-related conditions, illnesses or injuries that limit their abilities to move and perform functional activities as well as they would like in their daily lives.
This is the physiotherapy department. At Physio, we're concerned with the gross motor functioning of children at our school with physical disabilities. This is Michael. We've just gotten him back into his power chair. Michael needs straps to keep his feet on the foot plates. He also has a special strap here to hold his trunk up because he needs support.
This school has helped a lot of students benefit from the various programs that they offer. Monique Perez is one of them. She is doing exceptionally well in her studies. She completed her BCom degree in accounting science and is now currently doing her honors. When it comes to success, nothing holds her back.
She went when she was 2.5 years old. She started at Forest Town in the nursery school, and she spent 10 years of her life at Forest Town School. It was the only school in Gauteng at that time that allowed us to give Monique an opportunity to develop her disability as well as to academically see what she could do.
Great. The teaching was very good, intense, and yeah, it was good. I learned a lot. I learned how to deal with my disability, learned how to approach life.
They took the child and they looked at her and they said, this is what we want to see what we can do, and they pushed her from day one.
I just completed my BCom degree in accounting science, and now I'm doing honors in accounting science, CTA.
I think I stand corrected, but out of 32 modules that she had to do for her degree, 28 of them, or 26 of them, are distinctions.
Kumeza Kwesha is another success story. She could hardly speak and walk. Today, she walks, talks, and is an independent lady. She works at Morningside Clinic under the company Feed It in the canteen. It is evident as to how grateful she is towards the school. This just proves that with determination, you can achieve it all.
I was from Alexandra, didn't know about music, so I was excited because I was able to climb amazing and all that. I was told by my parents that
I couldn't speak clearly. But now I'm sure you understand me, that I couldn't walk clearly. But now I can able to walk in heels. So it really helped me a lot because I'm somebody that communicates. I work Morningside Clinic under the company FedEx, and I work in a canteen. I do get paid like a normal staff. Actually, I do get my salary end of the month. What I am because I can do Forest Town School.
The community as a whole needs to be educated further about children with disability. The depth and intensity that goes into taking care of these kids involves love and patience. How does the community deal with children with disability?
We get a lot of visitors, and when we take them through the school, they cry. Because it's the first time sometimes that people are faced with children with disabilities. But once they know what we're doing, and once they know what we are all about, and once they are aware of a place like Forest Town School that caters for these children, they are our friends for life.
And when you see a child accomplish something that you've been working at, whether it's for 3 months or even 2 years, I cannot even describe the feeling.
I think the awareness is not there. I think people would be more willing to help if they are being made more aware of circumstances.
The broader community has been coming to the party, so perhaps the community around the school is not aware of what our needs are, so that's a problem on our part. I think we need to make them aware of what's happening out there.
They don't know because they've never been here. They don't have children that require special education. And many parents say to me, they cry twice in their life. The first time is when they are told about Forest Town and they're told their child should come here. And the second time is when they have to leave. So we need to do a lot of education out there, that we're a little school that caters for very special children.
Let these children become part of our society as our Constitution guarantees them, as our society promises them to become equal members of society.
There's a very definite need for schools like ours at the moment, and I think we really need to fight very hard to keep them as they are.
Disabled people in our community are treated really differently.
My views are that they should all be treated equally and fairly, just like any other child.
They're just one of all of us. Sisonke, siyafana.
We should be getting the same amount of education for disabled people as everyone else. And employment, as far as employment goes, we should be creating a lot more jobs for our disabled people.
Despite their challenges, these children have the drive to succeed, and their teachers also wish the same for them.
Every single child that's here have their own individual achievement. An achievement might be, I can button my shirt.
When I see that child sitting and trying to do a task of work and just carrying on and going on and going on without saying, Shanaz, I'm tired, I don't want to do it. And I think, my goodness, if this child has so much drive in them to want to see a task completed, there's nothing wrong with me. I can do whatever I set my heart to.
Ke tlo etsa example ka Jirene ka mo tlaseng as le bone ha khone go ngwala gantle mara ha le mo computeng o khona gore a keep up le pace ya bana ba bang.
They have got such adversities and so many challenges that they overcome every single day. They smile, they're terrific, they don't say a bad word, They're unbelievably grateful for everything that happens to them.
These educators give their time selflessly. They are motivated to do what they do with passion, drive, and tenacity. Their efforts are well received and appreciated.